Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll see about loops in Dart programming language. If you did not refer my previous videos in the playlist, please go and watch. Then only you'll know what is we are learning in this tutorial. Let's move into the video. Loops. Loops are basically nothing but not only in Dart programming language, in every other programming language like Java, Python, C, C++, any programming language your favorite, will have loops concept. Loops concept are used when to execute certain function again and again until it meets the particular condition. Okay, what is loops? I know you have get some idea about what is loop now. They are nothing but which executes again and again until it reach some specific. Don't worry, I'll give this notes and all in my GitHub. Make sure you follow me and you can fork that and you can give a play around your code. I already have uploaded the 3-part data types and operators and variables. You can refer that if you're not following my video also. Okay, what are loops in Dart? We have for loop, for each loop, foreign, while loop and do while loop. Okay, let's see one by one in order. First we'll go with for loop. For loop is similar to Java. In Java is also we have same syntax, same and the same thing, everything will do that. And let's see the syntax now, and I'll say and explain about the workflow how it will go. For first we'll go with initialization. Don't see this error because if we have not given the main function, it shows us the error. Then we'll give the condition and we'll give the increment. Inside this we'll write the block of code. Okay, this is the exact syntax. If you already know Java, you can also see that same as Java, right? That way. Okay, now I'll show you some example. First we'll see about the flow, what it will do. First it will initialize the value. Okay, after initialization it goes to the condition. It will check whether it is lesser than, greater than, equal to. After that checking, it will go to inside the program, inside the for function. It will check the code and print it. After that, again it will go to the increment part. Only after inserting the block of code, it executes it and it will go to the increment part. It will, if you have given a int, it will increase the value. Again, it meets the condition and inside the block. It will go increment, condition, block of code. That way until it, if is will give for example, if I is lesser than 10. Okay, if it came like 9 is lesser than 10, it will execute. If it goes into again, it will increment, it will become 10, and condition 10 is less than 10, no, so it will come outside the for loop. Okay, now we see first what are the flow we have checked now. First one is initialization, condition, code and the increment. You can also say this body of for loop. Now we see one example. For int I is equal to 0, I is lesser than 10, I plus plus. Okay, now we print I. It will print up to 9. See how it goes. First we have given I is equal to 0. It will check I is less than and 0 is less than 10. Yeah, it is less than 10, so it will print it. Now it will go to increment. First I is 0. Now we increment it, so it will go to 0 plus 1, 1. So it will check whether 1 is less than 10. Yeah, then it will print it. Again it will move to the I plus plus. Then now I is 1. In that case, now I 1 plus 1, it will goes to 2. So 2 is less than 10. Yeah, it will print. Until 9, when it will move to 9, it will check 9 is less than 10. Yeah, it will print. Again it will go 9 plus 1 is 10. It will check the condition whether it is less than 10. No, that's why it stop the loop function and come out of the main function. Okay. Now we will see an example for in loop. For in loop is nothing but same as for loop. Already we have seen operators like we'll check the type whether it is string, it is not string, like that. It is same as in the case, it will check whether the number is particularly present in the list. The list we have, if you don't know what is a list, please check the playlist. First we give it example for that, and I'll explain the flow. For I in, let us initialize the list. Okay, wait. Make sure you give the type, otherwise it will show you an error. Since we have not initialized the num, it shows me an error. Let us initialize that. That's it. It will check whether first I is equal to 1. Okay, it will check whether 1 is in num. Yeah, it is, so it will print it. Whether 2 is in num. Yeah, it is, it will print it. This is the exact syntax. We will see how it prints. Yeah, I told, right, when the I is in num, which is I is nothing but is equal to 1. I is equal to, where I is equal to 1. Okay, now it will go and it will print it. Again it will check whether I is equal to 2. When I is equal to 2, whether 2 is present in num. Yeah, it will print is true. Okay, now we check for each loop. For each loop is nothing but same as what we see in for loop, but in a pretty much smaller way, which is easy for you to understand, I guess. But what is the difference between them? When you no need of any index, in that case we go into the for each loop. Otherwise you can use for loop itself. Index is nothing but in this we have a list which is called 1 2 3 4. Index always starts from 0, but the index of 1 is will be 0, 2 is 1, 3 is 2, 4 is 3. Okay, let's see the syntax. For each we'll give for each, and we'll use something like a function. That's it. In this, before we have to give some name as like a variable. Okay, if it will be more clear when we see an example. Let me show an example. After that we'll see the syntax. Let's create a variable. See, in this case, name dot for each. See, it already, in essence, the Dartpad gives us the syntax also. For each, what we have to do here, we have to check that. While for each, where name is equal to or greater than, let us check for 5. Why it shows error? Because you already have a main function. Wait, why it's not printing it? Yeah, we haven't given the print function. That's why it doesn't print it. Okay, I know that you have got something collapsed. Let's see one more example. I'll explain that. Don't worry. I'll know that some misunderstanding in this function. Sorry, in this example. Okay, the syntax, first we create a variable. Variable is nothing but we'll give it as num 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Okay. Now we see the syntax for loop. For each loop. In that for each loop, inside which list or array you have to check with the for each loop. In this case, we're going to check with num. So num dot, we'll give it as for each. Okay. Now we check what we have to check where num. Okay, where you have to check inside the num. In that case, we have to print all the variables, all the values inside the num function. I have left the arrow. Okay, you have to check all the values inside the num function. It will goes inside for each, the name suggests that it will check one by one each 10 where num, so it will print num. 20, it is in num, so it will print num. See, it will print now 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, if you don't understand, don't worry. It will become handy when you go into creating some certain functions or a certain app. You are giving a function inside that. Okay, yeah, you can also play around it in this. So I will give the syntax and code in the sorry, I will give the syntax and the code in my GitHub. Now we will go to while loop. While loops are used only when you don't know what is a certain limit to meet the condition. In that case, while loops are used. Mostly in the case, there will be many developers using while loop. Make sure you do not leave the loop into infinity, because if you have given any condition, it will may fall into infinite loop, which is a very big bug. Okay, let's see the syntax. While loop, first we will write as while condition body and the increment. Okay. First, inside the first we'll give a condition in the while loop, and we'll go into what to do inside the while loop, and we'll go to the increment. Same as for loop, right? Since the syntax is quite different. Let's see an example. Where num is equal to 4, int I is equal to 0, while I is lesser than equal to num, print I. After the body of the loop, what we have to do? We have to give the increment value. Now it will print from 0 to 4. Yeah, okay. Since I have given equal to function, what we have seen in the relational operator, equal to is nothing but it will check whether 4 is lesser than or equal to num, where I is the 4 and num is also equal to 4. It will print the 4. Okay. Now we'll see do while loop. Do while loop is nothing but same as while loop, but it will do the function first and will check for the condition. So even if the condition doesn't meet, it will print at least the value once. Body. After that we'll go with while condition. If you haven't given the increment 1, it will be fall into an infinite loop. Don't forget to give that increment 1. Now we'll see the example for do while function. Sorry, do while loop. We'll give it a same one. Okay. Now we give for do while. 2 will print the I. After that we'll check with the condition. While I is lesser than equal to lesser than num, we'll check. Okay. In this I have done a mistake. What mistake? Check it. Yeah, I have got it right. I haven't given the increment. Okay. Yeah, it will print 0, 1, 2, 3. It will print 0 first itself. It won't check the condition and all, because at the first case we have given the syntax in do loop as do while loop as do it. First you do it, then you increment it and check with the while condition. So first it will print 0. After that it will increase the 0 to 1. So it will check first for 1. 1 is lesser than 4 or not. In that case it will do it. And syntax also I have missed that. Okay. It will only first print the exact what we have initialized in I. After that we will increase the I to 1. After that we will check the condition whether I is lesser than num, where 1 is lesser than 4 or not. If it is so, it will again grow and print it, and again increment 1 to 2 and print it. Okay, that's it for today's video, guys. Please make sure you subscribe and follow my channel if you find this useful. You can also share with your friends. You can also post some interesting facts in the comment what you have. Since in further videos I will be taking with Flutter and building an app, you can give some suggestions like what kind of app you have to build for the beginner level. Basically we start with the to-do app or calculator app. Okay, stay tuned for further updates. Make sure you follow the description and find the GitHub link and LinkedIn link, everything. You can follow me there, and you can ping me what are the queries you are facing in Dart and Flutter. Stay tuned.